to either have study marathons, कौन सबसे पहले इतने questions solve करेगा.
Yeah.
We used to play something like Monopoly online, whatever. It was like 2 hours of enjoyment in an otherwise very dreary day.
The first Sunday of every May was reserved for NEET and the last Sunday for AIMS examination. After a year of preparing for both exams came the announcement that the AIMS exam of 2020 would be permanently scrapped and that all AIMS seats would be filled through NEET UG on May 3rd. And then came COVID-19.
Engineering and medical entrance examinations have been postponed till September.
Sanket, there's this furor over conducting these exams.
Well, yes, as far as NEET is concerned, the government says that from the previous year's 2,500 examination centers, the government this time around has raised them to 3,800, around 3,800.
Fast forward to a year later, the same exact things are happening, in fact slightly worse. Boards have been cancelled, NEET has been postponed to 1st of August and aspirants are having a tough time. We've all been there and faced that. So here I present to you 7 NEET toppers from 2020 from different prestigious medical colleges from across the country to give some insight about how to survive the lockdown as a NEET aspirant. But wait, hold up. Don't forget to watch part 1 first and then come back to this video. So the next question that a lot of people had was how to deal with burnout and the burnout that comes with repeated postponements, the burnout and lack of motivation.
Take break. You have
Take
to
away.
take breaks. You can't just go on and on and on. You have to take breaks.
Don't cut yourself out from the rest of the world. You know,
Yes.
like talk to your friends, watch movies like once or twice in a week or something.
You know, people put this image in your mind कि 1-2 days before the exam or 1-2 months before the exam you have to become sannyasi. किसी से बात नहीं करना है, कुछ
Don't
नहीं
do
करना है, ऐसे नहीं करना है. नहीं तो it's.
I think they expect that like the person who's gonna go and do well in the exam, will wake up at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning and will be studying till 10 in the night and sleeping. They have this expectation in mind. They try meeting this ideal.
True.
It's like part of the reason why a lot of people burn out because in that anxiety they make you need not go through all of that. Like
exactly.
to be honest, just find a study sessions that works for you. Be with your family also. Put some intersperse your studies with like either
some hobbies,
some small amount of recreation.
Yeah.
That's the only way you'll like last all the way till August or September.
Somewhere around June or July, I started feeling very burnt out and very stressed. I just I felt very saturated. So I watched something about a friend of mine and रात को we used to either have study marathons, कौन सबसे पहले इतने questions solve करेगा. We used to play something like Monopoly online, whatever. It was like 2 hours of enjoyment in an otherwise very dreary day.
True.
It really helped and it kept me motivated. Like I could at least solve something at night just out of the fun of competition.
Yeah.
I remember when they postponed it to September. I remember there was this Among Us phase.
Exactly, I was about to say that. I was about to say I was into Among Us and stuff. Yeah.
Especially the last week, just take it as easy as you can. And the last day, please don't study.
Don't study.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, like it's okay to not study completely for 1 or 2 days if you are feeling like too burnt out. You should not feel guilty about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't do
no
that.
Study guilt.
It's completely fine.
Yes, it's completely fine. Don't be too hard on yourself.
None of us studied like at least Shishitni like just gave 1 week off and we after 1 week we again came back and started studying.
Oh wow! For us, the day they would announce postponement, they'd announce a new test series.
We didn't get it.
Akash did that.
Rank booster, ARBTS,
series.
कुछ
After the intensive, they started the chapter-wise test series and all.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that's lucky. 1 week of break. I wish I had that. So the next question that I have is that even at this point, even after the postponement and stuff, there are some people who haven't like finished their syllabus or even got halfway through it. What do you think are the most high yield chapters that people should do per subject in order to get good marks?
Wait, one thing though for this, they keep saying high yield in NEET, but one thing I noticed, every chapter, like the highest yield chapter will have 3 questions, a normal chapter will have 1 to 2 questions. It's not like you're going to get a chapter that will drop you 8 questions, 40 marks.
Exactly.
That doesn't happen.
And it's very variable.
Yeah, it's very variable. Yeah.
And also like the last part of physics, nuclear physics, it's easy to do and also like 4-5
semiconductors
every year.
And
dual nature and atom, nuclear, all of that.
Yeah. And they're also repeat.
don't do a lot of fancy stuff like people at this and would, some fancy questions of mechanics and all that. That's not. It will give you like one or probably two questions, and that's not very
useful.
Logical.
So in biology and chemistry, they're very small chapters. Not small, but people call them very insignificant, like biomolecules, chemistry in everyday life, environmental chemistry, and you get lots of questions from them. And there's this chapter in biology on microbes, I think. So,
yes.
Strategies and microbes.
Microbes, and all questions are on the basis of those microbes.
Organic is very easy because they'll be only asking the reactions from
named reactions
the NCERT.
at this point.
Named reactions and stuff.
There's nothing mechanism based nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So like if you get the time, I'd just say to at least be done with the NCERTs because they are asking you the basic minimum now.
And also I feel like the trend is now shifting from animal kingdom and stuff to biotechnology and ecology and stuff like
biotech.
that.
That's true.
Yeah. So concentrate on those chapters. I feel like people, when they start revising biology, they take their NCERT and start from the first chapter. And the first 4 chapters are useless chapters for current trends, right? So I guess just avoid those things. Try to do ecology, biotechnology, those chapters. They should give you genetics.
And also one thing, a lot of students I've noticed, they neglect in organic, they just focus on, reactions are the most important one, yes, but a lot of students they focus on the small bits like qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, the principles. These are just small things. Just know it. You never know what they're gonna give.
This time the chromatography question.
Chromatography. That was also one.
I remember I specifically left that portion of that chapter. Like, ये तो आएगा ही नहीं. ये आ ही नहीं सकता.
I don't know. I had like a gut feeling कि ये जरूर आएगा.
होता है ये.
This is thanks to the Akash papers. पता नहीं क्या फालतू question आते थे इस topic पे.
True. So thing is that at the end of the day कुछ नहीं छोड़ सकते. But if you want to do selective study, then these are a few chapters that you can concentrate on for now. Okay, the next question is, I feel like it's always said that NCERT for biology and inorganic chemistry, right? But at this point, I feel like it's also become a little bit important to study physics NCERT and also NCERT for organic chemistry and physical chemistry as well, honestly. So how do you think aspirants should go about studying physics NCERT books especially?
The physics NCERT, I paid special attention to all the graphs. So I had a notebook. I wrote down all the formulae I could find in the NCERT, and I also made all the graphs.
Nice.
Paid special attention to the graphs. The back exercises have to be solved.
Yes.
Sometimes the results given in the back exercises, they make questions out of it.
Yes.
That and the factual chapters like magnetism and matter, semiconductors. I actually went ahead and made notes for those chapters like I did for biology because they were so factual.
True.
Even in the chapters that are otherwise conceptual, I still highlighted all the facts like they would classify matter into different things. There's lots of examples. So I would make a note of it, I would highlight it, and I would revise it.
I just read the NCERTs before the postponement actually because I had a feeling it was last in 2019 they asked something rainbow wala question. Theoretical question.
That's 3 years.
So that's where I read it and I took a highlighter, and every chapter that I used to find and there was something theoretical that could be made into a question, I highlighted it so that at the end I could just brush through the NCERT and just look at the important points. And as Disha said, the graphs are really important. This time you saw at least 3 questions came from the
graphs. Yes, the copper conductor thing and all of that. Yeah.
Semiconductors, there was a very controversial question if I remember something.
Insulators only semiconductors.
That was given in NCERT.
But it was an NCERT statement.
That was given in NCERT. So you have to read that.
When you're reading physics NCERT, like I think you have to be very highly selective. Like you can't read it like a biology NCERT. Like lot of what is in physics NCERT, if you get a question from it, you can do it like from your coaching K notes or from the MCQs you solved. So what you should be searching for is things you can't solve or you don't know, like from your coaching K notes or from what you have solved in the MCQs, and they're mostly facts and memory based points.
True.
So either note them down, highlight them, but like somehow you should have a tab on them. Everyone is getting the rest. Everyone is getting the rest because the rest is quite easy. The rest is just like the physics ki formulas, MCQs, everyone solved tons of times. They're getting the rest.
Yeah.
But then this memory-based ones, you know it. You don't know it. Exactly. It's 1 out of 4.
Yeah. Sadly, now it's become that the numericals have become the easy part of physics, but these random statements is what is the problem.
Now for the next year aspirants, like when you are preparing for board exams, that at that time you can read physics NCERT, so that way you can cover it for boards as well as for the NEET. And yeah, so that is one way you can approach that. I personally did not do physics NCERT, so but yeah, that way you could.
Two birds, one stone. Yeah.
Also, don't start physics NCERT with 11th first part, because I think most of us started with that, realized there's nothing in there, and we stopped. Start from 12th, and then if you have time, go to 11th.
Yeah. True. 12th is the one that is.
Second part is more important because there's some thermodynamics.
Yes.
That you can include
solids, all of that.
Important facts there.
But if you start physics part 1 11th, then you might not end up finishing physics.
There's nothing, apart from the questions, there's nothing. In fact, solved examples are also getting repeated nowadays. So I think solved examples, questions, they'll just change the numbers and then they'll give the same question. That's happening nowadays. So solve physics NCERT as well. Not the last questions. The last questions are really difficult. They are again JEE level. Those you can read. The initial few questions in the solved examples, they can be solved. Right. So the next question that I have for you all is about online resources. What online resources would you all recommend to the current aspirants for getting their studies done or doubts cleared?
I personally loved Physics Wala, which is a YouTube channel.
Everyone's favorite.
It's awesome. Completely
it's really
awesome.
Good.
I personally used it a lot. I used to watch the lectures and everything.
Same.
So I'd recommend that.
Yeah, Physics Wala is like, in fact, actually nowadays though, he has started his own, he's been calling a lot of teachers on his own and stuff. So I feel like if you all are watching Physics Wala, watch his old videos, which he had made for our batch and the batches before that. Watch those videos. Those are very good. 2x mein dal ke, notes bana ke, I think that would be a good one. Anyone else?
One more thing, a website that I used to use was Master Organic Chemistry.
Okay.
So it had like very good explanations for basic concepts, things like carbocation stability, which like you won't understand from NCERT unless your teachers taught really well. You will not understand that from NCERT. Of course, it did have higher level stuff also, but then obviously take what's relevant, leave what's not.
Physics mein there's this Physics Galaxy karke, there's this channel which is run by I don't remember the name of the teacher. Ashish sir.
Ashish sir.
Yes. So that's a great channel. So he's really great. And apart from that, Namo calls her some videos that's great.
Are good.
An Academy JEE is the channel where you want to go for physics and chemistry.
I think even I agree. Like if you all are watching An Academy, I feel like the JEE channels are slightly better than the NEET ones, and the teachers there are also better in explaining the topics more conceptually. So even I used to watch.
And I found YouTube better to be than like the classes in the app. Because in YouTube they would make this. They would make a team of like 4 or 5 teachers, one for each subject, and they would give them a channel. An Academy needs something, Academy JEE something.
Oh my god, there are so
many. They would
many.
be better than the app.
Yeah, true. Even I agree. Like the live, and honestly, another thing is that if you're watching online stuff, avoid the live classes, because live classes can tend to be really slow and draggy and highly promotion based. Like ये plan ले लो, वो plan ले लो, ये करते करते 5-10 minutes खराब कर देते हैं. तो live classes don't attend. Watch the recorded classes, and that too in double speed. 2x.
And also don't waste time on promotional YouTube channels, which like some people got into college and made some channels and they put a 9-minute video. First 4
we all know who we are talking about.
The first 4 minutes will be about the sports they launched in collaboration with some company. On something and like there'll be teachers that they'll be getting paid there, and then they'll demotivate you completely, and then they'll tell you we are the solution to your problem, and they'll try motivating you. Don't fall for that. Like go for discipline over motivation.
Yes, true.
Try setting a routine.
Yeah,
and especially the channels that we're talking about, they really psych you कि 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 घंटे पढ़ना है.
Exactly.
Not true.
एकदम नहीं है true. Not at all true. Yes.
They also did not study that much to be
exactly.
I'm not going to comment on that, but I did not study that much.
Yeah. True. Priya?
I feel they're just watching one video after the another and just wasting their time.
It's addictive and time waste. Yeah. Find inner motivation, please. Like, don't seek for motivation in these random.
And background music ke saath, anything will be motivational.
Exactly. It's like the new Hindi TV serials, like Hindi TV soaps. Yeah, exactly. Like replays and slow-mos and amazing background music. It has become like that. So don't waste your time.
The content across all those videos is exactly the same.
Same. Exactly. They're the same.
Over and over across every video.
True. So, exactly.
There's no point watching more than one. If you ever want to watch something, just stick to one and don't go down that. Don't go down that.
And the titles are clickbait. Like, the titles are relatable. You wait for them to answer that question or that problem or give a solution.
Exactly.
But then it doesn't really come, or you were you already knew everything. Or you have enough brains to know that.
I remember I was watching a video 2 weeks before the exam, and usme tha ki how do you avoid this pressure and fear of exam, and usme he dragged on only to say ki pareshan mat hona exam ke din, keep your calm.
Thank you, bata diye, pata hi nahi.
I know nahi pareshan hona hai. Exactly. And then it's like there's a whole fandom.
Pareshan ho rahi hu, so give me the solution. And they don't.
Yeah, true. They don't. It's like very obvious facts stated and restated over and over again. So don't waste time on those. I used to watch this other person called Paras Thakur. He used to teach organic chemistry. He's amazing. He's from an academy JE. Great. Yeah, very, very good. Like, he used to have his own channel actually before, Canvas, and then he got his channel sold to, I guess, an academy, and then an academy JE took over, and then now he's doing it individually again. So Paras Thakur, he's really good for organic chemistry. And then there's this other teacher. His name is Dr. R.K. Singh. His biology was very good. It was from this channel called An Academy Sapiens. So I guess if biology you guys need any help, you can check him out. He does everything NCERT based very, very well. So those are a few resources, online resources that you all can check out. Okay, the next question that I have is that I feel like preparation can be different at different points of time. Like, obviously, like in the beginning of your prep, it will be completely different. Your routine, your strategies will be completely different than how you would do 1 week before the exam, right? How do you think they should study 1 month before the exam, 1 week before the exam, and 1 day before the exam? Do you think it should be slightly different, approached slightly differently, or do you think it should be the same? Or how did you go about it?
Around this time, I would have started increasing the frequency of my mock tests.
True.
I still would have taken maybe 2 weeks or so to work on, the little weak topics that kept popping up.
Yes.
But in the last month, I specifically started revising my syllabus in chunks. So biology NCERT is divided into units. So in one sitting, I would quickly browse through the entire unit, see all the diagrams, see everything I highlighted.
Yes.
So that way, in roughly an hour and a half or maybe 2 hours, I managed to revise quite a bit. Similarly, for formula, I would revise half my formula book in 1 day. Like, that's my goal. So I ended up revising a lot of things in chunks. So that just keeps your brain active, and keep revising over and over.
Yes.
I did pretty much the same thing, but one thing I did was when I was revising in chunks, I made note of like the specific topics that I had completely forgotten, even though I'd done it. So basically the volatile topics for myself.
Yes.
And then on the last day, even though I said don't study, I just picked up those few topics because I knew that those topics are not tough, but I just tend to forget them. So if it comes in the exam and I don't remember, I'd be really upset. Those few things maybe you can just go over 1 day before the exam, but don't sit and learn new concepts on the day.
Absolutely not. Yeah, that's going to be the most demotivating thing you'll ever do to yourself.
On the day of the exam, to stop thinking. Like, I remember I saw a dragonfly and my brain started going to in microbes, in strategies or something. It was a biofertilizer, and I was like,
no.
I actually pulled off a bit of a stunt on the day of my exam. I was convinced कि मुझे inorganic फिर से करनी है. तो मैंने सुबह उठ के अपने सारे notes फिर से पढ़े थे. I don't advise it, but I pulled off a stunt because I was convinced I needed to do it, and it paid off on the exam as well.
Exactly.
The specific paragraph I read, उसमें से एक question आ गया था.
होता है.
Stars that I opened the book in the morning.
हाँ.
I tell you what you feel is right. I was convinced I needed to do it. I did it. It helped. It may not have helped, so you have to go with the fact.
Yeah, that goes to show that there's no fixed strategy to cracking this exam or anything. You should always make it like tailor-made to your preferences and your needs, and you know yourself the best. So that's why I got so many people in this roundtable today. So you know so many different strategies, and you pick up different things. You pick up something or the other from each of them and then use it for yourself. It's not that there is one ideal technique to cracking this exam or anything.
So I'd advise the aspirants to go through the biology book if they can 1 week before the exam, like in that span of time.
Yes.
Inorganic and biology is a must, because they are asking the most absurd small lines that you won't remember. That's not possible to remember if you're revising for a month.
True.
So even if you're just brushing through, just read the lines, just read
last minute memory. Yeah.
So it will just be in your fresh. It will just be so fresh. Ki it helped me a lot.
Yeah, true.
2-3 questions I could take, because मैंने 3 दिन पहले ही 2 दिन में बायो ऐसी ब्रश ऑफ की थी उस वीक में. So that really helped.
True. Basically, like the last minute memory that you have, everything on the top of your heads, and then you
replace
like
an ad.
Exam. Yeah, like an ad. Exactly. So the other thing is that I feel like most of us also, I think, develop this habit of writing down our mistakes in one book. Revise that book probably a little bit. That also helps.
One more thing, for biology, refer to the latest edition, because the diagrams got this time, so from the latest book that we did not study.
Yes.
The cell question, yes.
I had a PDF of the latest diagrams.
Tip that
cytochrome wala tha na,
exactly, cytochrome. You need to refer to the latest NCERT, and it's like that NCERT did not get revised from so long, and then just before our exam it got revised, and then the question got picked up from that very NCERT edition. So
and examples also change in the new edition, so make sure you look at the examples also.
I think some coaching centers, they changes
Alan,
usually
they
do. Even
send us a link.
Center.
They have PDFs like this edition, like there'll be a table, this edition, this paragraph, and then they put what it is in the new edition.
Correct.
2-3 pages maximum.
So now coming to the last question of today's roundtable, at the end of the whole journey of NEET prep and writing the exam and counseling and all of that, do you think the marks and the rank really matters anymore? Do people still talk about it in your colleges? No, right?
Not really.
Nobody talks about it.
Only during the introduction sessions, and even if they talk about it, it's not relevant in any way.
Yeah, it's not relevant in any way.
Just like a little bit of information that people would probably want just to start a conversation. But that's it. That's it.
Nothing beyond that. True. It's like,
I mean, it should act as a motivation for yourself that you were able to do this. So maybe you are not. Yeah, just for yourself. You do it for yourself. Nothing. No one talks about it really.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's like the people who have gotten through the highest marks of that college, and it's not that they'll necessarily perform.
There's no correlation between your NEET rank and your MBBS performance. And you might feel like I'm the opening rank on like the top 15, but even the people who come like through the last reserve categories can still get a distinction.
Exactly.
It's all about hard work.
Yeah. True. And it's like all of that doesn't matter anymore. No one's going to care about it anymore. It's just like our 10 board marks. Nobody cares about 10 boards anymore. 10 boards used to be such a big thing, right? Yeah.
The only good thing about 10 boards is it decides if you get like an iPhone or like an Android.
True.
It's like bura gaya, but phone dena hai bachche ko, but was bad. So like not going to give you an amazing one, but
that's all. Like all of us at this point, we just care about passing. That's it. Passing is itself a nightmare. So
passing marks cross हो जाए तो questions भी बाकी के छोड़ देता हूँ.
Oh shit, really? Damn.
Passing marks पे iPhone मिल जाएगा.
ना भरोसा नहीं है खुद पे.
No one's
one thing is, don't be scared if like people skyrocket during online exams, because a lot of people cheat.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
If you ever give Alan open test series,
yes.
First top 100 will close at 720 or 760.
720.
Very true.
I remember after
हाँ,
every coaching institute has those 2 or 3 people
ये क्या हो रहा है?
who are like
True.
No, I remember after the first postponement, I took a break. Like it was announced around March 28 ki postpone hoga. So I said, okay, I'll study from 10th April. Abhi tak mera break hai. And usse pehle I was scoring very decent marks and was getting a good rank. Chalo theek hai, under kuch rank aa jayegi. I'll get the a city or college I deserve.
True.
And when I came back and I'm looking at the top score at 720 out of 723 people are scoring at, and the top scorer has done the paper in half an hour or 40 minutes. I'm like,
that was also so absurd.
Such a demotivation. I got to study now.
Very demotivating.
True. Yeah, that's very true. Actually, I totally forgot about this. Like the current mock tests, they don't really have validity in terms of checking your All India rank and stuff. Because now people can do whatever the heck they want. It was like,
and don't do whatever the heck you want also, because I think most of the people in my coaching who did that are taking a drop right now. The parents are happy. They came out with an all India average of 690, 700.
Yes.
But then in the actual exams, one person got about 600, other person was below 400.
True.
So like you'll also get a complacency that my fake marks are this much. Maybe I'll get like only 20, 40 less than that, but don't cheat in online exams.
Also, like, don't compare your marks to your friends, because there were people around me that were giving me fake marks.
Yes, same.
Just because there's no way of tallying it, like you don't have a mark list on the notice board anymore.
Yes.
There are like 4 branches in Lucknow, and we used to compete who's scoring the most and stuff. And I remember some branch took over, and usse the top 3 scorers were there, always scoring north of 700, 720, 760, 750. And my teachers are like, तुम क्या कर रही हो?
तुम क्या कर रही हो? अरे मैं honestly exam दे रही हूँ, इसलिए नहीं आ रहा भाई, marks ऐसे नहीं आते हैं marks. Exactly.
What a lot of people were doing was like, they would look at the test and then get the questions, get the answers, close the session, and then open it again and reattempt it. So full paper done. Like, what?
Yeah.
You know, even if they were scoring honestly itne marks, I think the exam pressure took over when they were actually given the exam. And that is something they did not take into consideration practice ke time.
True.
So I'd say create that environment, paper wala and OMR, everything like Disha said, wear the mask and close the fan and all that. But that everything matters at the end of the day when you're giving the exam. One wrong bubbling and that's 5 marks.
True. So in a nutshell, don't believe scam marks of the toppers that you're going to see now in your online exams. Be honest to yourself, be true to yourself. Don't need to do it to impress anybody but yourself.
If you need motivation, don't fall for YouTubers and all. Just think about 2 things. That's what I did. Like, think about what you're doing for, like what your goal is and how happy it would make your parents. And second thing, how much you would hate to do it all again.
And for people attempting the exam this year, you can also think of how far you've come and how upsetting it would be to just let go of all of it now. Like families have helped us, our friends have been with us, they have supported us for so many years. Just a few more months and we'll be on the other side. So don't let go of it now.
True. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you all so much for coming, and you all really shared such good tips and gave us such valuable insight on your preparation. I'm sure everyone will find this really helpful.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you
for having us. Bye.
Thank you for having us. Bye.
I remember
I was so surprised. I did not know that they'd be taking pictures. I was a man came and sat back. I was like, what? Put down your mask. I'm like, what? Why? So like, photo leni hai. I'm like, okay.